we are we start. So today we are going to discuss the triangle law of vector addition. What is triangle law of vector addition? Which is nothing but in vector laws of addition, as in previous classes we discussed uh, parallelogram law of vector addition, and today we'll be discussing uh, triangle law of vector addition as well as polygon law of vector addition and how it is different parallelogram from triangle law of vector addition and parallelogram law of vector addition. Then we'll move to the scalar product of the vector. That will be the last topic of the bridge course. Okay. Now, if I take triangle law of vector addition, we have two definitions of that. Definition 1 and definition 2. Two definitions. Most of the books will be given only definition 1. Even we'll discuss definition 2 also. Right. What is definition 1? Let us have two vectors. Let us consider two vectors, A and one more vector I have, a B vector. Right. So this is a B vector. Are you able to see clearly? Yes? All of you? Okay. Fine. So I have two vectors. See, when two vectors are there, we discuss many different methods to add these two vectors, like head and tail method. Second one is the concept of parallel shifts. Second, and third one using a parallelogram law of vector addition. Okay. Now, how we can add by this triangle law? Right. So now I'll take this vector as it is as a parallel shift using the concept of parallel shift. This is nothing but A shifted, and this is shifted and placed here. Let me take like this. So this is placed here. Right. So we are placing in such a way that head and tail we are making. The combination of head and tail. Fine. Head and tail. Then how to find the resultants? As we know that in previous classes we discussed parallelogram law of vector addition. If I ask you to calculate this, how to find the resultants? So if you are thorough with this vector, simply say, if for example I'm asking the question to all, if I want this to be converted into parallelogram law of vector addition, what should I do? Can anybody tell? What should I do? If I want to calculate with respect to parallelogram law of vector addition. So what is the major condition? Yeah, tail to tail. That means we have to parallelly shift this vector A, parallel shift. Parallel shift kar diya. Then we'll be getting tail to tail. Always tail to tail should be there to make an angle theta. Then we can use parallelogram law of vector addition. Okay. Now, without a parallel shift of A and without making tail and tail, keep it head and head itself, head and tail. Then if you want to calculate the resultant of these two vectors, according to triangle law, saying that draw a resultant which is starting from a tail of first vector, and head of the last vector, just to join the line was joined. This is nothing but a resultant. Saying this resultant. So resultant vector addition is A plus B. So A, B. So I want the resultant vector addition of these two vectors. Take a resultant should be drawn from tail to head. That is giving the resultant A plus B. A plus B is vector sum of two vectors. Fine. Okay. Now what is the proper definition for this one? What is the definition? If two vectors represents the two sides of a triangle. This is a triangle. Let us take it as triangle. These are the two vectors representing two sides of a triangle. How we are taking in a order. See, I took this one and I took this one. This is an order. Order means if I take in clockwise and anti-clockwise directions, just rotate them. So A, B, which is nothing but clockwise or anti-clockwise. This one, clockwise or anti-clockwise. A and B, we are taking in clockwise or anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise direction. Good. Anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Now the resultant is taken in clockwise or anti-clockwise. Can anybody tell? A resultant of these two vectors we are taking in clockwise or anti-clockwise? कोई है बोलने वाला? Clockwise. See here, this is in which direction? Clockwise direction. We are going from tail to head. This is in clockwise direction. This is in clockwise direction. खत्म हो गया. That is the definition of triangle law of vector addition. So if I ask what is triangle law of vector addition, a good and obedient student, intelligent student should give an answer. What is that answer? For CJ, I am repeating again, right? Two vectors represent two sides of a triangle. Okay, taken in which order? Anti-clockwise direction or in order. In an order. anti-clockwise or clockwise in an order. Two vectors represents two sides of a triangle taken in a order. This is the first statement. Then the resultant of these two vectors represents in a closing side of a triangle taken in a reverse order. Taken in a reverse order. Is it clear, this one? Once again, for A and B, what is the prime condition? Can anybody tell? For A and B, what is the prime condition? We have to take in which direction? We have to take in which direction? See, first you write it down, take a pen and paper. All of you asking the repeats. Take a pen and paper, right? Pen and paper, all of you. So, two vectors, write down. Two vectors. Once again, I don't repeat. Write it down carefully. Two vectors represents two sides of a triangle. Represents two sides of a triangle. Then two sides of a triangle taken in a order. I'm splitting into three parts. Two vectors represent two sides of a triangle taken in a order. Is it completed till here? Written? Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, next continuation of it. Then the resultant of these two vectors. Then the resultant of these two vectors. Resultant of these two vectors represents in magnitudes or represents the resultant of these two vectors in brackets A and B by the closing side of a triangle. By the closing side of a triangle taken in a reverse order. Taken in reverse order. Got it, all of you? Yes, yes, no. Everybody? Yes, no. Got the definition? Once again, I'm telling two vectors represent two sides of a triangle taken in an order. Then the resultant of these two vectors represent the closing side of a triangle taken in a reverse order. Taken in reverse order. Is it clear, this one? Theoretically, that means when you an intermediate level, it may be asked for 2 marks. Diagram carries 1 mark, definition carries 1 mark. Are you comfortable with the definition? Let me know. Always opposite to the direction of vector. Yeah, that also we'll discuss. Pratik, done. Okay. Not understand last points. Last point is resultant of these two vectors. Resultant of these two vectors represents the closing side of a triangle. This is the closing side of a triangle. Taken in which order? Reverse order. Taken in which order? Reverse order. Is it clear, this one? Still you have any doubt in this one? Anybody? Anybody you have any doubts? No, sir. Okay. Still no. Okay. Repeat in brief. या अभी शुरू हुआ ना स्टोरी, अभी शुरू हुआ बेटा. अभी शुरू हुआ, खत्म किधर हुआ? कोई बोल रहे रिपीट करो. रिपीट करता है. अभी शुरू हो रहा. ब्रीफली, बहुत ब्रीफली डिस्कस कर दिए. ओके, लिटिल क्लियर. नेक्स्ट एप्लीकेशंस. अरे जल्दी सब लोगों के साथ चलना ना, मैं सब लोग साथ साथ चलना, राइट? ओके, फाइन. नाउ A and B. This is nothing but a triangle law of vector addition. How to add? For example, if I want a resultant of it, directly I will write a resultant of it is R is equals to, okay, first representation of A plus B. Then I'll be writing magnitude of A is equal to under root of A square plus B. So this is nothing but magnitude of it. How it is magnitude? How I am getting under root of A square plus X square? You can check it out by using parallelogram law of vector addition. Simply shift this one, parallel shifts. First shift this one. Then this is nothing but A. Is nothing but angle how much? 90 degrees. Now again shift parallelly. This is parallel shifts. Parallel shift. कौन सा शिफ्ट करा? मैं पैरेलल शिफ्ट ए को शिफ्ट करा. उसके बाद में ओके, सो ये जो है ना, you can shift this also parallelly shift without changing the angle. Let us take this will be the angle. This is the resultant alpha. Simply you shift this one. This will be the alpha, right? So this is nothing but alpha. So this is nothing but a triangle law to parallelogram law of vector addition. Triangle law to parallelogram law of vector addition. Triangle law to parallelogram law of vector addition. Vector addition. Is it clear, this one? Parallelogram law of vector addition. सी ट्रायंगल लॉ को हम क्या कर रहे हैं, पैरेललोग्राम को कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं। कैसे करें, पैरेलल शिफ्ट, ए को पैरेलल शिफ्ट करो और उसके बाद में आर को पैरेलल शिफ्ट करो, आपको क्लैरिटी आ गया। देखो टेल एंड टेल जुड़ गया इधर, तो इसका रिजल्ट दिस इज नथिंग बट 90 डिग्री। अगर पैरेललोग्राम अप्लाई करें तो प्लस 2ab cos थीटा, cos का वैल्यू कितना 90 डिग्री, cos 90 कितना है 0, खत्म हो गया। ओके, अंडर रूट ऑफ ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर प्लस 2ab cos 90, cos 90 का वैल्यू क्या है 0। देन व्हाट विल बी गेटिंग, r इज इक्वल टू अंडर रूट ऑफ y। प्रतीक आयुष, प्रतीक देखो अंडर रूट ऑफ इधर 90, जब पैरेलल शिफ्ट करके देख लीजिए। ओके
तुम्हारा खात्मा होना फिक्स है,
या
को खत्म कर सकते हैं। आप लोग चलते हैं सीधा जोन के अंदर और गाइस
हाँ सर।
Good morning, all students. This is Mahesh Mohan.
So triangle law of vector addition, just we started about triangle law of vector addition. In triangle law of vector addition, how we are converting triangle law of vector addition into parallelogram law of vector addition by using the concept of parallel shift, and how we can calculate the magnitude of it, right? Okay, now going to the second definition. See, these two are linked. There is no separate parallelogram, triangle law or parallelogram. We can convert triangle law to parallelogram and we can apply it in instant of time. Okay, now definition 2. I think hopefully everybody comfortable. Definition 1, all of you, yes or no, boliye. Definition 1, fine, right? Now next definition 2 को जाते हैं. What is definition 2? देखिए, definition 2 is nothing but if I have three vectors, let me take three vectors, vector A, vector B, vector C or vector R. चलो ले लेते हैं, fine. So vector A, if I take this is the points, let me take a point objects. On this point objects, vector A, let me take it as all are forces. F, to understand in a better way, I'm taking it as F, forces. All are forces. Forces may be equal or unequal magnitudes. Now here A vector, one more vector is B, one more vector is R. Like this they are acting, right? If this is in equilibrium, the point is in equilibrium. If this point, so what is the meaning of equilibrium? So equilibrium. What is the meaning of equilibrium? Can anybody tell what is the meaning of equilibrium? Net force is 0. Fine. So net force acting on it should be 0 or it will be at a rest. Net force acting on it is 0. If it is in equilibrium, then these three vectors, I'm giving the definition, three vectors acting on a point P. Three vectors acting on a point P such that, fine, these three vectors, once again, acting on a particle to keep it in equilibrium. This is the first statement. Statement number 1. Parallelly, you can write the notes also, right? If these three vectors, that is A, B, R, acting on a particle to keep it in equilibrium. Then these three vectors can be represented as three sides of a triangle taken in a order. That is nothing but definition 2. Right. Now here, first vector A, second vector B, third vector C. Right. Third vector is R. Everything is taken in a order. Once again, please don't be in anxiety. First you concentrate. Fine. How much you are trying to extract. I'm not ending here itself. I think triangle of first definition I repeated 13 times, 13 times. Fine. I just told only once. Okay. Be cool. Fine. Don't be in a hurry. Okay. I'll repeat it as, I'm not taking it to be granted that you got it as or you are writing. Fine. Okay. Now see carefully. Three vectors 1, 2, 3 are there acting on a particle. Here acting on a particle to keep it in equilibrium. For example, here one person is standing, right? Here one person, okay? Here one person, right? A, B, okay, and R. Three different persons are there. Here one object is let us take it as one object is there. Here one object. So first person A, okay, A is trying to pull this object and B is also trying to pull this object, and R is trying to pull this object. In which direction it will move? Can anybody tell? In which direction this object will move? Everybody is trying to pull. In which direction it will move? Won't move. How you can say it won't move? It depends on what criteria? It depends on force. Okay, it depends on what? Force. Let us take here, this is Meghana, right? M. This is Manish, right? Megha. And this is Srija, right? Fine. So we'll take 3 examples. So Megha and Manish and Srija, both of them pulling. In which direction it will move? Which direction? Huh? If Srija is pulling with a greater force when compared to Manish and Megha, in which direction it will move? बोलियो. Clockwise बोल रहे रे क्या रे? क्या है तू? Srija side, right? We're taking an example. You have to involve in that example, okay? So Srija is pulling with a greater force when compared to Megha and Manish. Then it will move to Srija side. For example, Manish is pulling with a greater force. It will move in which direction? कौन सा direction में जाता? बोलिए. Manish का direction में. खाली देखा. For example, Megha is pulling with a mega force. Megha is pulling with a mega force. क्या direction? कौन सा direction में जाता? Mega direction, right? Like this. Fine. For example, all three of them, right? Pulling with a greater, with same forces. अब बोलो. Megha, Manish and Srija, both of them pulling with equal forces, then it is nothing but equilibrium. It's called what? Equilibrium. Fine? Equilibrium. Okay. That means, once again, we'll come to the point, this P is at equilibrium. Now, 3 vectors. Let us imagine now 3 vectors. These are the 3 vectors acting on a particle to keep it in equilibrium. Then these 3 vectors can be represented as 3 sides of a triangle taken in a order. So that resultant force will be what? 0. So that means I'll be writing this is A plus B plus R equal to 0. Right? A plus B plus R equal to 0. Right? First law and second law. Difference if you see, if I take first law, this is vector A. वेक्टर ए पहला ले रहा हूं मैं, उसके बाद में वेक्टर बी ले रहा हूं, देन नथिंग बट वेक्टर आर, राइट? वेक्टर आर. सो हियर आई एम गेटिंग आर इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी आ रहा. सही बात है. आर इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस बी. इधर क्या आ रहा देखिए, ए प्लस बी इक्वल्स टू माइनस आर. A plus B is equal to minus R. A plus B is equal to minus R. Why I am getting minus R? Because this R and this R both are opposite in direction. So this is an actual one. This is nothing but, of course, reverse of that one. Magnitude will be same, but reverse order. Right? This is everything. These two are in clockwise. These two are in and this is completely in anti-clockwise direction. A, B and R. A, B and R. Clear till this point? Still, if you have any doubts, let me know. Yes, clear. नेट फोर्स इज 0 मैं बोल रहा हूँ. नेट फोर्स इज 0. सर एक ऐसा हो सकता है सर नेट फोर्स, और थोड़ा डेप्थ जाइए. नेट फोर्स कैसा होता, राइट? लेट मी सी. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज फोर्स एफ. फोर्स एफ ले रहा हूँ. एफ इधर भी एफ ले रहा हूँ मैं, इधर भी एफ ले रहा हूँ. ऑल आर इक्वल फोर्सेस. Everybody know that if all are equal forces, this is at rest or in motion. बोलिए. Net force is zero. Net force is zero, right? And in coming classes, you will be learning that when net force is zero, that body may be in motion also. That we'll discuss in coming classes. For time being, with your knowledge, this is nothing but rest, right? Even net force is zero, the body will have some motion. Fine. Uniform motion will be there. In coming classes, will be discussed. Okay. Now, mathematically, how to prove that? Conceptually, you are saying that. Fine. Conceptually, what you are saying, F and F all are equal forces, then it will be at rest, right? Conceptually, you are saying that means दिमाग लगा के सब लोग एक डंडा को पकड़ के 3 डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन में अगर खींचते रहते तो वो डंडा उधर ही रह जाएगा, right? Now, how to prove it? Here, tail and tail. For example, only these two are there. Only these two vectors are there. Let us imagine. These two vectors, this angle, some angle is there, theta is there. This is the angle theta, right? Now, if I want to apply the resultant of these two forces, what should I use? Two vectors are there, which is making an angle theta. To find the resultant of this, what is the process? What is the method? What is the law? Can anybody? कौन सा law use कर सकते? Only two vectors are there. Close this one. Only two vectors are there. Vector A, vector 2, 4. What you have to use? Parallelogram law of vector addition. Type of parallelogram law of vector addition use करते. Both are starting from the same point. कहाँ से शुरू हो रहा? Same point से शुरू हो रहा. Tail and tail making an angle theta. Parallelogram apply कर सकते. Okay. Keep this as it is, and this angle. If these are all in equilibrium, do you know? Anybody can guess. Anybody can guess how much this angle will be if this is in equilibrium. Can anybody guess? एक बोला, मनीष बोला 120, हर्ष सिंह बोला 120, और चल्ला बोला 120, 120. Very good answer. Okay, very good IQ you have. It's nothing but 120 degrees. A 120 रहना चाहिए, AB 120 रहना चाहिए, और AB 120 रहना चाहिए. टोटल कितना हो रहा? 360. Okay, 360 को 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड कर रहे हैं हम लोग. 3 parts. See, one previously in MSET question, one question was asked in MSET very long back. The question is like this: a person is hanging. A person is hanging from a branch of a tree. So this is nothing but his legs, and he is holding okay, नीचे fine. क्या है नीचे? नीचे क्या है? हाँ, नीचे क्या है? दिख रहे क्या? नीचे क्या है? कुछ है क्या? बोलिए, नीचे क्या है? हाँ, नीचे क्या है? बोलिए. हाँ, बर्ड, डायनासोर, क्रो, चलो कौन सा भी है. Let us imagine he can hold for a longer time. The question in a previous entrance is, a person is holding a branch. He can hold for maximum time if the angle between these two hands. He can hold maximum time if the angle between these two is 120 degrees. Then only it is possible, because he will be in the state of rest in equilibrium position. अगर आप हैंग करना चाहिए, किस लटकना चाहिए को कौन सा तो भी रॉड को, इफ इट इज 120 डिग्रीज टाइप तो यू कैन हैंग फॉर मैक्सिमम टाइम. Fine. Okay. Now coming back to this one, if this is 120 degrees, अब मैं अरेंज करूं इधर, this is 120 degrees, AB 120 degrees है, देखिए, this is 120, 120, okay. ये दोनों के बीच में we can apply parallelogram law of vector addition. Now what I am trying to show is how the net force is zero by calculation. We all know that force 1, 2, 3 forces all are in equilibrium. That means net force is zero. If all forces are equal, then it is in equilibrium. Okay. Now, if I take here this part, I'm taking the angle 120 degrees between two vectors. Then the resultant of these two can be calculated like this. This is nothing but resultant by using parallelogram law of vector addition. Okay. That is parallelogram law of vector addition. R is equals to under root of, this is f square plus f square plus f square plus 2f square into cos of 120. 2f square into cos of 120. Cos of 120 means minus 1 by 2. Cos of 120 is how much? Minus 1 by 2. So 2 से 2 गया. अब R is equals to under root of f square plus f square minus f square. These two गया. Now R is equals to under root of f square, or R is equals to f square. Got it? Between these two, I am trying to calculate the resultants. Got it? Understood that one? समझ गया? Here is this one. Right? अब देखिए, between these two, I am trying to calculate angle between two vectors. The resultant of these two vectors I am trying to calculate. Resultant calculate करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. Otherwise, you take these two vectors like this. This is nothing but f. This is also f, making an angle 120 degrees. Right. If I want to calculate the magnitude, the resultant of magnitude, what will use? Parallelogram law of vector addition. Yes. So this is what resultant of it. Nothing but resultant R. So R can be written as now R is equals to under root of parallelogram. Okay, resultant. How to find resultant? Under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. So if I substitute here f square plus f square plus 2f square into cos of 120 degrees. Cos of 120 degrees is minus 1 by 2. So this will be minus 1 by 2. So 2 से 2 गया, तो क्या बच गया? Cos of 120. Cos of 120 is minus 1 by 2. 2 से 2 गया. Then here minus f square. R equal to under root of f square plus f square minus f square. These two will get cancelled. Now R is equal to resultant कितना आ रहा हमारे को? R is equals to under root of f square. R is equal to f. So this is value. How much I am getting? F I am getting. Is it clear? R क्या आ रहा? F आ रहा. So that means this resultant is f. Will you accept this one now? This is f and here it is f. Both are opposite in direction. They will get a cancel. The net force will become 0. See that side. Okay. This color is अब देखिए, इधर देखिए, R is equal to under root of f square plus f square plus 2f square cos of 120 is minus 1 by 2. So R is equals to this 1 and 2 will get cancelled, under root of f square plus f square minus f square. These two will get cancelled. R is equal to under root of f square. R is equal to f. That's all. Are you able to see now? Yes. अब समझ में आया? क्लियर? एनी डाउट्स? खाली ट्रायंगल ला हम 5 मिनट पढ़ाने के टॉपिक है रेगुलर क्लास में, राइट? 5 मिनट का टॉपिक है, 1 घंटा ले लिया हम लोग। ऐसी होता अब क्या करें? दूसरा ऑल्टरनेट नहीं है हमारे को। ऑनलाइन क्लास है, ऑफ कोर्स। यस, yeah, yes. Necessary two vectors starting from same point is reliable. Oh, no, it's not like that. After cancelling, how can it be 0? Which one? See, this is in upward direction. Now, between these two, one resultant आ गया, देखो. Between these two forces, one resultant आ गया ऊपर. अब A force है, अब A force है, दोनों का. One is in upward direction, one is in downward direction. Both can be cancelled. When both are in opposite direction, we can cancel it. Otherwise, you can use angle of 180 degrees. Okay? Both are opposite in direction. Theta is nothing but 180 degrees. Physics अगर तुम्हारे को समझ में आते तो we can solve in different ways. So only conceptual thinking, analytical and critical thinking will be developed only with physics. Physics के ऊपर ज्यादा वर्क करो, right? Maths और chemistry खुद आ जाएगा, right? There is no need of see, first definition is easier. See, first definition easy नहीं देखना बेटा चल्ला, okay? Easy नहीं देखना. Easy वाले को क्या चाहिए? तुम्हारे को दिमाग नहीं चाहिए ना. टफ वाले समझने के लिए कोशिश करना, okay? For that one, what you have to do, you have to revise the notes. See, truly can anybody tell? Now this is, I think, a 10th class or 11th class. From day 1 to till yesterday class, how many of them prepared the notes? Number 1. Number 2, how many of them, okay? How many of them revising before coming to the class? Truly, you tell me. Truly. दिल लगा के बोल, दिल से बोल, okay? Not with your mouth. Me only, only me. I prepared the notes. Prepare करने के बाद, are you revising it? See, one thing I would like to say, if you are preparing the notes and if you are revising it, you don't get a single doubt also, because I'll be teaching in such a way that, so it is a combination of all the things. See, I'll be going to depth. Actually, vectors, very students will feel little difficulty in understanding physics. We're making it as a ground level topic. You are making it a ground level, right?